Yes, indeed. Now, this is a segment a lot have been waiting for. Last week, we got amazing responses online because of the segment we had with the one and only Chioma Okonkwo, popularly known as the Fruit Nurse. Now, she's a registered, certified neuropath, and she is a health educator. And when it comes to consulting on fruits, oh, goodness me, you're going to learn something here today. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you so much.
All right, so we're talking fruit teas this morning. And I know teas, generally, all over the world, you know, they've always been known to have many health benefits. But you seem to have broken it down into segments. So what sort of fruit teas are we talking about? Okay,
fruits generally are good. But then, you know, when it comes to tea, people feel it's just the Bonvita or the Milo or just the green tea. But people are not aware that you can actually make tea from the same fruits that we take. And the book was inspired by a lot of people who could actually not afford the green tea or, let's say, supplements, you understand. So fruit tea is just about using the unique properties of leaves from fruits, the fruit itself, or the seed in making healthy teas, both for curative purpose and also for preventive purposes.
Okay, so you mentioned curative. I think you mentioned in the book also that there are 3 types.
Yeah, we have 3 categories of fruit tea in the book. We have the organ cleanse, we have the curative teas, then we have the maintenance tea. So tea you can actually use for.
All right, so I would love to hear a curative tea. A fruit that is good for curing different ailments. Talk to us about one.
Okay, there are so many in the book, but I realize that a lot of Lagosians have this issue with insomnia, like lack of sleep. And for example, for every one medication, I said it's on the last show, for every one medication, there are 10 or more side effects. So why go for that, where you can actually get something from nature? So banana tea is a very, very good tea for curing insomnia.
Okay, when you say banana tea, you're talking about banana that we eat fresh, right?
Yes.
Or are you talking about plantain?
The banana we eat fresh, the back of it. So when you eat your banana, you don't throw away the back.
You don't throw away the skin?
Yeah, you don't throw away the skin.
What do we do with it?
You boil it.
Wow.
Yeah, banana also helps in increasing the melatonin level in the body, which assists us in sleeping well. So a lot of people, a lot of my patients and clients that have been on sleeping pill causing them side effects, when they come to me and they're like, oh, they don't want to be on this pill anymore. Is there any alternative that they can actually use for sleeping? And I tell them banana tea is good. And trust me, the reviews have been wonderful. Okay, so
do you want to give us what else you put inside this tea? Is it just banana
okay,
skins?
There are actually 2 ways you can make it. For people who don't have ulcer, you can add ginger. And cinnamon. Cinnamon too, they are very, very good for sleep. So you can add the banana, the cinnamon, and then the ginger. But for people who have ulcer, because we advise them to stay away from things that are so spicy like ginger, they can just do banana and cinnamon. But then banana alone, it's a good. It's
Am I boiling it for hours or just for like
just 10 minutes? You boil it for 10 minutes, then you leave it to cool for like extra 10 minutes.
And then obviously
you take warm.
the liquid.
Yeah, you take the liquid.
You discard the skin.
You discard the skin. You can put it in fridge, but I prefer you take it warm. So that it can increase blood flow at night. You can take it cool in the morning, or you can take it very warm at night.
I was reading about one particular tea you said was good for people that have breathing issues. Which tea was that?
That's the long cleanse tea.
Long cleanse tea. So what goes into that?
Your onion.
Onions?
Yes.
Okay.
Your onions are super, super. It contains, onion, garlic, and fennel. They contain allicin, they contain sulfur. They also contain a lot of antioxidants that have been researched and scientifically proven to help the lungs and also help to dilate the bronchos. And they are super great for people suffering from asthma, people suffering from lung problem, especially for smokers that are liable to lung cancer. So you can either use it for tea or you can use it as steam inhalation. If you want to use it for tea, all you just need to do is cut it into pieces.
That's onion?
Yeah, the onion. You can add garlic, then honey. You make it as tea. That one, you boil it for 6 to 7 minutes. Then you allow it to cool for like 5 minutes. That's the total time of 12 minutes. Then you drink morning, afternoon, and night for 30 days.
And this will help to clean the lungs?
Yes, it helps to
right.
clean the lung. It also helps to relax the bronchioles.
Wow.
Okay, yes. And also help for detoxification of the lung, removal of toxins and other things that can actually cause any issue that has to do with the breathing issue.
So you said curative. You also said there was another. You said there was curated teas. Organ cleanse. Yeah,
then
so that's the long one.
Tea. Yeah.
And then
supportive teas. Any tea you can always do anytime.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so let's take one of those.
Okay, we have the iced date tea, the regular date that we have. Okay, so you can make it as tea, but I prefer it when you take it after exercise because it contains a lot of electrolytes. You know, when you exercise, you lose minerals, you lose sweat, you lose water. So that can also rehydrate you.
Okay.
So all you need is just the date and coconut water. Sometimes you can also use sea salt. Sea salt is another very, very wonderful salt that I prefer people to use instead of the regular table salt because of the minerals it contains.
Okay.
So all you need to do, you can get like 6 to 10 seed of the dates.
Okay.
You soak, you blend, then you add just one lemon. It's either you add lemon or you add 2 small limes.
Okay.
Okay. Then you add your ice. You can boil them, but I prefer, you don't need to boil them. All you just have to do is put it in the cup, you add your ice, add water, and then you drink immediately after exercise. You can also drink it when the weather is super hot.
All right, now, so I have to, you know, go into how you started all this. You know, we mentioned quite a bit about that before, but when you were learning about it, what made you, you know, go further into this particular field?
Okay, is it the fruit tea?
Fruit teas, yes, fruit teas.
Okay, so I had a lot of clients come to me with a lot of health issues. And then when I charge them or tell them to get a particular supplement, they keep on saying, I don't have money, I don't have money. And I realized that, men, I'm not just called for those who have the money. So I have to find a way to actually close the bridge. So that was how I started researching about fruit teas. And then I realized that this thing has been there for over years, but people are not making use of them. Then I started with the orange peel tea, you understand, which is very, very good for colon cleansing. Okay. So when people came back with a lot of testimony, and I began to ask myself, so where have this thing been? Like, why are people not talking about it? So I started researching on more fruits that we can use. So it's basically the people who actually inspired me to write this book are people who could not actually afford the supplement or some teas that are very expensive. And this thing, you can easily get them you know, on the street, anywhere. So, and you to still give you the same or even more health benefit than the regular supplement we have.
Okay, so before we round up, I want to ask about it, any testimony from one of the really, really terrible diseases that you've heard about.
You know, fruit tea might not be able to address a particular disease. It actually requires you to also eat healthy. Okay. But then I've had a lot of people who had migraine. In fact, I had a woman who had migraine for like 20 years. It's on my Instagram page. Wow. And then when she came to me, I just recommended a fruit tea for her. And she used it for like 2 weeks. Even up to date, almost all her friends and family members coming to me for the recipe. So the truth is, it works. Even your time, the time you use in cooking food, can also be used as tea. It's a very, very wonderful therapy for a particular health condition. It's in the book.
Amazing, amazing to have you here. Now, of course, the fruit nurse is going to be attending to your questions online. Just make sure you use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC and tag us at TVC Connect with your questions. I cannot wait for us to talk again next week. All right. And that's our nutrition segment for today. We're going to be taking a quick break and be back with more.